When the electricity goes out and an entire city suddenly falls silent, it's not just the lights that disappear, the entire rhythm of daily life changes. Within minutes, elevators stop, phone batteries begin to matter, water pressure can drop, and even basic communication becomes uncertain. In recent years, major blackouts around the world have shown how quickly normal life can become fragile. With supermarkets crowded, fuel stations overloaded, and emergency supplies disappearing faster than most people expect. What felt ordinary yesterday suddenly becomes valuable today. A flashlight, a lighter, a battery, or even a simple cooking tool can become more important than money, because in those moments, practical objects create comfort, safety, and control. And when that happens, many people will ask to borrow, trade, or share what you have. But the reality is simple. What leaves your hands during a crisis may never return, and replacing it later could be impossible. That's why in this video, we're revealing 10 everyday objects you should never give away before a major blackout. Simple items that can make the difference between staying prepared and being left in complete uncertainty. Stay until the end, because some of these are already inside your home, and most people completely underestimate them until it's too late. This video is for educational and preparedness purposes only, not to create fear, but to help you think ahead and stay ready when systems stop working. 10. Cast iron skillet under normal conditions. Very few people think twice about a cast iron skillet. It sits quietly in the kitchen, heavy, old-fashioned, and often ignored. But when electricity fails and gas becomes limited, that same skillet can become one of the most reliable cooking tools you own. Because cast iron works directly over fire, charcoal, wood, embers, or improvised outdoor heat sources. It allows you to fry, boil, bake, and heat food using almost any flame source available. Its greatest advantage is heat retention. Once hot, it stays hot much longer than thin cookware, which helps conserve precious fuel when every piece of wood, charcoal, or gas matters. And unlike modern cookware, cast iron is nearly indestructible. It lasts for decades, survives rough use, and often becomes something families pass down for generations. In difficult situations, it becomes more than cookware, it becomes independence. Because those who can still cook can stay organized, conserve food, and avoid depending on others. 9. Solar flashlight. When the power disappears, darkness changes everything. Hallways become dangerous, stairs become risky, and simple tasks suddenly require light. That's why a solar flashlight becomes far more valuable than most people expect. Unlike candles that burn out or batteries that eventually die, solar flashlights recharge naturally during the day and provide repeated light every night. Many newer models now also include USB backup charging, making them even more practical during long outages when sunlight is limited. That means you can move safely, cook, check doors, care for family members, and reduce stress without consuming disposable batteries. And during emergencies, reliable light is often one of the first things people begin looking for. Because light is not just convenience, it protects calm, reduces fear, and helps prevent poor decisions. 8. Insulated survival thermos. When power is unstable, boiling water once becomes extremely valuable. A high-quality insulated thermos allows you to store heat for hours without using more fuel. That means one heating cycle can provide hot drinking water, tea, or basic warmth much later without restarting fire or gas repeatedly. It also works in reverse during heat waves, keeping water cold when dehydration becomes dangerous. Modern steel thermoses are durable, impact-resistant, and far safer than plastic bottles under harsh conditions. And because they are practical, silent, and reusable, they quickly become highly useful in any prolonged disruption. 7. Hand water pump. One of the first systems people notice during a blackout is water pressure. If power stations fail or local pumping slows, tap water may become unreliable much faster than expected. A manual hand pump changes that completely. Without electricity, batteries, or fuel, it allows direct access to stored water, containers, wells, or transfer systems using only physical effort. That means drinking, cooking, cleaning, and even basic hygiene remain possible. And when water becomes uncertain, independence matters more than comfort. Because once water becomes scarce, panic usually follows quickly. 6. All-weather storm matches. When temperatures drop and systems stop working, fire becomes essential. Storm matches survive conditions that regular matches often fail in: wind, humidity, rain, and even partial soaking. They allow you to boil questionable water, cook food, dry clothing, and create heat quickly when needed most. And unlike larger fire tools, they remain small, silent, and easy to store. In many emergency situations, the ability to create fire quietly becomes one of the most underestimated advantages a person can have. 5. Heavy-duty extension cords. When power disappears, electricity often returns in unusual ways, from generators, solar batteries, vehicles, or temporary backup systems. But energy is useless if you cannot move it where you need it. A strong extension cord suddenly becomes critical because it connects limited power to refrigerators, lights, pumps, chargers, or medical devices. Today, many households also use portable solar generators, and without proper cables, even stored energy becomes difficult to use efficiently. In long outages, a simple cord can become the bridge between available energy and daily survival. 4. Wind-up alarm clock. When digital systems fail, time becomes harder to control than most people realize. A mechanical wind-up clock continues working without electricity, batteries, apps, or signals. That means you can still track medication times, cooking cycles, rest periods, and shared routines. In stressful conditions, keeping a schedule protects decision-making and reduces confusion. And while phones eventually die, mechanical time keeps moving. 3. Multi-tool. Few items offer more flexibility than a good multi-tool. In one small object, you carry blades, screwdrivers, pliers, openers, and repair capability. That means solving small problems immediately, tightening loose parts, opening supplies, repairing simple damage, or improvising quick solutions. In real emergencies, small repairs often prevent bigger failures. And the value of being able to fix something yourself increases rapidly when stores are closed or help is delayed. 2. Hand crank radio. When mobile networks become overloaded, silence creates confusion. Recent emergencies have repeatedly shown that communication systems can become unreliable within minutes. A hand crank radio keeps information flowing even when phones fail. By simply turning a lever, you can receive weather alerts, emergency updates, evacuation instructions, and regional developments. Many modern versions also include flashlight functions and USB charging. But the true value is information, because knowing what is happening outside helps prevent panic and allows smarter decisions. 1. Portable water filter. When power systems fail, clean water quickly becomes uncertain. Even if water still flows, treatment systems may no longer function normally. A portable water filter becomes one of the most important tools because it creates safe drinking water without fuel, noise, or attention. Modern filters can remove bacteria, sediment, and many contaminants within seconds. That means water from rivers, stored containers, ponds, or collected sources becomes usable much faster. And in any blackout, hydration becomes more valuable than almost anything else. Because when systems fail, survival often begins with clean water.